Happy Monday. Here we are again. Weekend's over. And back to the grind of the work week. I hope everyone had a good weekend. I know that me and Squeaky Chair did, of course. Until yesterday. Let me tell you about that. First things first, if you want to work out or become a little healthier, may I suggest Eric Roberts' fitness, link in the description. He's a good cat that'll set you straight. Today I'm drinking Bang. Bang Bang. I don't have time for coffee this morning. I've got a doctor's appointment to go to. Man, that's a shame. Sure wish I had some good coffee to drink right now. If I was going to drink coffee, it'd be Invader or Geek Grind Nerdrotics Blend. Links in the description. You know the deal. They don't pay me. I just love them. So, a couple of things to talk about. A couple of movies. Alright? Before I get to The Batman, which I did see this weekend, and I want to talk about. I've had a movie on my list to watch for quite a while, and I finally got around to watching it this weekend, and that is Copshop with Gerard Butler and Frank Grillo, I think. Man, I should have wrote that down, but you'll be able to figure it out. It's on Peacock, and I'm sure other places as well. I have been so excited to watch the movie. It sounded interesting, looked interesting from the trailer, and then I watched it. Look here. Excuse me. Look, great idea. Storyline, great. It sounds fun, entertaining, pow pow, punch punch, you know. It was ridiculously stupid. Man, I can't get over it. It was horrible. Now, Gerard Butler, Frank Grillo, or whatever, great job. Those guys are good actors that know how to act well, regardless of the character they're playing. Even if you don't like them, I believe everybody can admit they are good actors. They do a good job. For the most part, most of their movies are good stuff. And as usual, they did a great job in this movie. Everybody else was horrible. Like, ridiculously so. The entire movie, for the most part, takes place in a police department. Alright? A very technologically advanced police department, unlike any police department anybody has ever seen before. With the exception of their armory, which is just behind a piece of glass. So, just break that glass, lots of guns. Woo! That made no sense. But here's the thing. All the cops were dumb as a rock and didn't act like cops. I've met lots of cops, been around lots of cops. Don't ask why. And I've never met a single one that acted like these people acted. It completely took you out of the story, and the main cop, the woman cop character, she was absurd and ruined the entire movie, especially the ending. That's right. Look, that is all I'm going to say about that movie. If you want to watch it, feel free. Sit down and waste 2 hours. Because they had an idea, a storyline that could have made a great movie. And they ruined it with the main, hero, if you will. There you go. Enjoy. So here's the story as far as The Batman. Last month I bought tickets, end of last month I bought tickets to see The Batman with my two boys. My two older boys, no younger boys. We were all excited. Tickets aren't cheap. Bought 3 of them for yesterday, which happened to be one of my little boys' birthday. But we were celebrating that in the evening, so, plenty of time. So we get together. We show up at the theater. I show them my receipt on my phone to get my tickets. And they say, those tickets are for the movie theater across town. And that movie starts in 10 minutes. No way to get across town to that movie theater in time to see the movie from the beginning. So I had to buy 3 more tickets in a very crowded theater. So, did what I had to do. Bought some snacks. Headed to the theater. Now, not counting the lady on the aisle that we were on who brought a quilt so she could cuddle up in her recliner seat and watch the movie while her phone continuously goes off for the entire 3.5 hours. All right? But we'll start there. 3.5 hours? Oh my goodness. For an hour of that, I just wanted to sleep. Man, that movie was way too long, and unnecessarily so. There was easily an hour of time they could have trimmed off of it, taking it down to 2.5 hours, and it would have been a much better movie. There's no excuse. It was just the director wasting time. Period. No, you can't convince me that it needed to be 3.5 hours long. I've watched the movie, and there was many parts of that movie that could have been trimmed down or altogether cut out that would not have affected the story at all. Okay? That's 1. I know, you might think that was 2, but the quilt lady, I'm surprised she didn't have a sleeping bag, or a tent. I don't know what she thought she was doing, but she was very annoying. But she doesn't count as far as the score of the movie. So, we shall continue. Speaking of score, the music was great. The soundtrack, the score of the movie. It was fantastic. Okay? I very much enjoyed the musical score. It was fantastic. Now, I don't understand why Warner Brothers and DC can't figure this out. Okay? Because you got a Batwoman TV show. You got Gotham, a show about a child, Bruce Wayne as a child and growing up. You've got all these things. You've got an Alfred, Pennyworth or whatever it is. You got that show. Right? But for whatever reason, they will not do a Batman show. Here's the thing, you guys. Batman fans, of which there are many, just want to see a Batman movie or show about the world's greatest detective fighting crime. Period. If you would do that, the fans would show up, as long as it's done well. if you're going to put a bunch of SJW backwards crap in it about strong female person in a Batman movie or show, they will not. Now, don't get me wrong. The Batman is going to make a lot of money because Batman is hugely popular. The issue is, it's not a good Batman movie. That's right. I know lots of people that I follow and watch, they enjoyed it. It does have its failings, but they enjoyed it for what it was. But I'm telling you, it is not a good Batman movie. It's the Selena Kyle movie. And she's horrible. The actress playing Catwoman and Catwoman per se is unenjoyable and irritating on every level. Now, Robert Pattinson did a fine job as Batman when he's in the costume. But as Bruce Wayne, he made no sense. Alright, that's strike one. He just couldn't pull off the rich guy. He looked like a crybaby emo moron instead of a rich, socialite or whatever. Now, that being said, anybody that knows anything about Batman knows that Bruce Wayne / Batman has a great relationship with Alfred, who was his butler when his parents were alive, and when they died, and he was at a very young age, Alfred took care of him and became his father figure and raised him. And Bruce Wayne and Alfred have a great relationship, i.e., every single Batman movie ever until this one. That's right. In this one, Bruce Wayne treats him like crap and makes sure to tell him in the very first scene with Alfred, "You're not my dad. You're not my daddy." Way to go there, Pattinson and writers of this movie. This is a grown man telling an old man who raised him, "You ain't my daddy." It was horrible and ridiculous. And that's just one of the things they did between Alfred and Bruce Wayne. And it just made no sense. And Robert Pattinson came across as a spoiled, petulant little moron who was 12 years old. The disrespect was ridiculous. Look, it's a watchable movie if you have 4 hours. And it's not horrible. The writing is bad. It's way too long and drawn out. And the Riddler is a horrible character in this movie. It's horrible. It's not well written. But I will watch it one more time to double check my scoring. But I'll give it a 6. I love a good Batman movie. It's dark and gritty, which was good. That's what it's supposed to be. But no, it's not great. Not even close. And I'm sure we're going to have to endure 2 more movies with Pattinson sparkling his way through Batman. I can only hope that the next 2 are good. But once again, this is one of the things that happens. They've rewritten the history of Batman. They made his dad, Thomas Wayne, and Martha Wayne bad people, or at least with problems. That is not canon. That's not from the origin, the original characters. Quit messing with it. You've got years and years of comics to look at and draw from. And you hire somebody to write these movies, whether it be the director or screenwriter or whatever, that thinks, I can do better. I'm going to change this. No, it doesn't need to be changed. You can't do better than the years and years and years of comic books that have sold millions and millions of copies. All you have to do is follow the source material, and you will make millions upon billions of dollars. And you're too stupid to do that, Hollywood. Congratulations. There you have it. That's all I got to say about this. I got a place to be, people to see. So, Michael the microphone, squeaky chair, and this big fat silly nerd, I'll see you later this week.